So I got a hold of an interview Tony Xu just did about Q1, DoorDash, their current standings, the stock price going up, what they're building towards, and why. The little nuggets of information he's going to share in this short video clip that we're going to watch. Why I think some Dashers should be ready for the future based on what DoorDash is telling us they're doing and the information of all these new drivers and why they're wanting to bring them onto the platform. So let's bring this interview up. We're going to watch it. I'm going to react to it. And I want to see if you guys in the comments below, as this is only a 3-minute clip here. Okay. Put in the comments if you notice maybe some little words that he's using. Okay. So let's watch this video.
Q1 numbers just a few minutes ago. That stock popping about 6% now after hours, after beating on both lines and guiding to a strong current quarter. I spoke with CEO Tony Xu minutes ago about the quarter. I asked about growth, what's driving it beyond U.S. restaurants. We also talked about how DoorDash has managed to weather inflation.
So we have two big investment areas, one of which is our new categories work in grocery, convenience, and the other is our work beyond the U.S. and growing to now over 26 countries outside of the U.S. And so both of those big investment areas for us are progressing really, really nicely. On the grocery and convenience side, there's a few things that's helping us continue to grow much faster than our core business. One, I think, is just the product improvements. We're adding more selections, such as Aldi's in the second quarter. We're improving the quality of the service by being more on time, by being more accurate in our picking and in our shopping.
Okay. So being more on time. Being more on time. How does a company that delivers goods and services be more on time? Answer that question right now. We're going to continue watching. What have they done that I've been talking about for the last month or two and many others? What have they done to make sure they can be more on time with their grocery delivery and overall deliveries? What do you think DoorDash has done to make sure that they have good metrics for their consumers to be more on time and get more deliveries delivered? How do you think they would solve that? How do you think they're having a good result with being more on time to their consumers? Because clearly that's going to be important to DoorDash. It should be. It's their business. They want to be on time and fulfill orders. How do you think they went about that? I'll let you guys answer. I'll tell you why after we watch the rest of this clip. But I want you to ponder that as we continue.
And we are adding more and more affordability as we introduce and continue to introduce programs like Dash Pass to certainly our current subscribers and all the new benefits with all these other categories, but also attracting new subscribers at the same time.
Give me the plus minus on the impact of inflation on you, because I imagine on one side, it pinches what consumers can spend on. So there might be a basket size issue, but also I imagine on the Dasher side, there might be more people looking to make a little money. And so maybe you're able to handle a different kind of volume. How is that shaking out for you?
You're absolutely right that inflation has puts and takes, and we've certainly been tracking a lot of this, especially as we're at peak inflation, Q1 of 21, all the way now to where it is today. And so for us, inflation on the consumer side certainly puts pressure on people's wallets. And so we do see some small degradation in the number of items purchased per cart, but that is made up by the price increases that some of these suppliers are passing on to the consumer. So that kind of is a net even. And then on the Dasher side, you're absolutely right. I mean, in surveys that we've taken, we've seen that more than 80% of Dashers are telling us that the extra incremental income that they can earn from a platform like DoorDash has really, really helped lessen any financial pressures they have. So even though we've seen record low unemployment in the US, we've actually seen record high demand to Dash.
Record high demand to Dash. Let me say that again for everybody in the back. Record high demand to Dash. Inflation is a thing. He's telling us people are ordering less, or not less, but the basket size. So that means maybe the orders that, used to be $50, now they're $40. People are being more considerate because of inflation, but that inflation is leading people to have to work the side gig apps, more people coming to the apps because they need that extra income. They like 80% of people. I like that extra income. Most people do this part-time. We've talked about that. This is not a full-time gig. It's not sustainable. I've talked about that ad nauseum already. But it's almost like the inflation is good because he has more dashers. They need the money. It allows them to be on time more, create a better experience for the consumer. But he just said more people ever are dashing and want to dash. The demand, because of everything going around us, everything going on around us, the demand to dash is it's higher. It keeps going up. More people are coming to the apps to make money. What does that mean for you? What do you think that could mean for you? Maybe oversaturation for me? I've worked 6 hours this week with DoorDash. 6 hours on DoorDash. Let's continue.
Where dashers now have earned over $10 billion on the platform.
$10 billion.
Also asked Xu about what impact investors should expect from AI on DoorDash. He said more features, better productivity.
Given all of the data that we do have by being the largest local commerce platform here in the United States with the highest order frequency and the most amount of information, we really do believe that there's going to be lots of consumer experience enhancements that we can bring, but also productivity gains, right? I mean, think about it. We are trying to build a catalog to digitize the physical world where every single store.
Okay, so basically, you guys, for those of you that do DoorDash, you guys know I've shown you, many of you guys have had the same experience. I asked you to take pictures, extra 50 cents, take pictures. We three weeks ago or so, we talked about how they want to give you $50 for helping sign up new restaurants, just as a referral. Like, refer us, Pedro, to the people in your market that own a business or have anything. It doesn't even have to be food delivery. Give us their email, give us their contact information. Our team will reach out to them and try to get them on the DoorDash platform. So they're using dashers in a way to help grow their business. I'm not mad about it, but that's what he's in layman's terms. That is what he's talking about, and we've been seeing that throughout the app, right? They're focusing on grocery, adding Aldi, like you said in the beginning, right? Retail, they did that even last year and a half ago. But Aldi, more retail, expanding, digitizing things, making it easy. Talking about AI. In the next couple of years, I'm telling you, DoorDash is heavily invested now, but they're going to continue to invest in that autonomous, the robots, the AI. How do we cut out the dashers? Let's grow the business with all these new dashers and make $10 billion. Dashers are making $10 billion. That's great. That's a big number, but that doesn't. It just means more dashers are making money. It doesn't mean dashers are making more money on an individual basis. Let's watch the last 30 seconds of this.
Where is every single parking space? What are the items on the menu? How do we actually build all of that, physical information, assemble it, and put it into digital formats that can be structured and, that we can work to certainly improve our operations, but also that of the merchants that we work with. I think a lot of generative AI can really speed up a lot of that work and lower the costs of digitizing that physical world. I think that's a big part of it. I think certainly there can be enhancements to the consumer experience as well to reduce the friction of ordering. So I think all of this is to say that we're at the very, very beginning.
DoorDash out with
very, very beginning is what he said, right? So, okay. I thought it was, I'm not surprised by any of that. I think it's good. Let me talk about the positive. I think it's good that DoorDash is showing good results. I think it's good. It's good. We need the platform to be around so we can use it, in whatever capacity you want to, full-time or not, okay, or part-time. But he gave us little nuggets there. DoorDash can only be successful and take care of their shareholders and make money for themselves and the executives and take care of consumers if they continue to just put a pile, more dashers. And we want the more dashers are out there, the more information they can collect for us, taking pictures, referring restaurants, collecting all this data, right? In real time, right? That is how they're going to be successful. DoorDash is going to continue to grow. Any report you see, DoorDash isn't profitable, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That was overall a positive information he gave to the world. But is that positive for us? This is what we do for a living, right? All I'm seeing, not all, most of what I'm seeing is a lot of new dashers coming on the platforms, coming to this channel, other channels, other groups, making videos, talking about overall, they kind of like it. It's good. They're still new. It's good. It's good. People that were dashing a year ago, 5 years ago, are making less money overall. So while dashers are making $10 billion, that's a crazy amount of money. That's fantastic. The opportunity DoorDash affords us is great. I will always continue to say it's a great opportunity, and I believe that. Okay, I really believe that because it's done a lot for me. I have to admit that. But just because he throws a big number out there, it doesn't mean dashers individually are earning more money. I believe. Okay, and I'm going to try to seek out this information to actually show you something, some kind of table graph or something. I'm going to do my best. Okay, and if you guys could help in any way by sharing this or commenting or helping in any way, please do so. I believe dashers overall are individually going to continue. The trend will continue to be that they're going to make less money with DoorDash if they're working a similar amount of time on the app. Reason for that? Inflation, oversaturation of drivers. Inflation meaning less opportunities overall, right? Good ones. Because he talks about basket size and it's down a little bit and, blah, blah, blah. People are earning less. Maybe, you got opportunities with shopping pays. You got Aldi. This is all true. But when you have less bigger orders out there than ever before, less large orders, less really good ones, less good tipping consumers for less various reasons. I can make a whole nother video about that, right? When you have that coupled with tens of thousands of new dashers so that they could be on time and give the consumer a better experience, that means year over year, dashers will make less money. Overall, in the gig economy, I also believe a vast majority of gig economy workers will make less money year over year. So I say that not to be negative. I think numbers don't lie. And I believe those numbers, that's what it would be if we took all the dashers and did a poll and all that. I think more people are making money with DoorDash and the gig economy than ever before, which is great. But overall earnings per dasher, per gig economy driver, overall on average are going to continue to go down. I say that because that's what we need to be focusing on. DoorDash is an opportunity. They want new and fresh blood so they can get the consumers things on time, have them taken care of. They want those $2 and $3 orders delivered. They don't care if it's a small basket size. They want them delivered. They don't care if a consumer orders 100 items on Aldi or one. They want it to go through so they can get their percentages and all that stuff. That's just a fact, and I have no problem with that. But just know the AI stuff, everything that DoorDash is doing is building towards that as well, capturing all that marketplace that they can, as much of it as they can, with the help of us and teaming up with merchants, and then continuing to figure out how do we make this easier for the consumer while even lowering our labor cost and making it, looking into that AI, the autonomous. Listen, y'all, it's coming. It's coming. I don't think it's happening anytime very soon. I'm not worried about it, but it's something to keep a pulse on, something to keep an eye on. Okay. Drop a comment down below. How are you doing with DoorDash? Is it better? Is it worse? What are your feelings about the gig economy right now? How are you feeling about what's going on around us? How do you feel about that video? How do you feel about what they're building towards? What DoorDash is telling you? Do you believe it? Do you don't believe it? Drop a comment down below. Overall, I'm good with it. No problem at all. DoorDash will continue to grow. They're going to grow overseas. They're going to give millions and millions and millions of more people opportunities to make money on their time. I think overall that is an amazing thing. But if a lot of your money is strictly DoorDash or strictly gig economy, be on the lookout, because when more people come in to the lake that you've been fishing in, right? But there's not an abundance of more fish, but more people keep coming to that lake, you're not going to eat as well. See you tomorrow.